Joining us right now on the Harbor One hotline, approximately 11 months after he was scheduled to do an exclusive interview upon retirement on this program, it's Tuukka Rask. Hello, Tuukka.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Remember that interview? Remember you said you'd do that interview and then boom?
I do remember. I was trying to call you, just didn't answer. I don't know what happened.
I had egg all over my face, and it wasn't egg that I was actually eating.
I'm sorry about that. It's my bad.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting ready for a big game today.
Well, I mean, 2000. You played in this in 2019, right? Against the Blackhawks, and what's the? Is it a different game for guys?
It is. I mean, it's just the hype around it. It's different. You know, it feels like a bigger game than it actually is. I mean, there's 2 points in the line, and that's it. But it's a great booster for everybody. Kind of breaks the norm of the season, and gets you geared up for the spring run.
Tuukka, Linus is going to be the starter. His stats this season are unbelievable. When you look at him and knowing him, last year and the years prior, what's changed? What's made him hit his stride this season?
He has been unbelievable. You're right, but I haven't followed him that closely before. I've obviously seen this year quite a bit, but I think. The team is playing really good in front of him, which always helped me and help goalies prior to me. Team defense is a key, obviously, as we all know. But for him, I think he's feeling more comfortable. He's worked a lot with goalie Bob, worked on his game, and he's always been a great prospect, very technical and big goalie. So I mean, he's just finally coming to fruition and. Growing up as a goalie, but it's fun to watch. I mean, you go on these runs, you just kind of go with the flow and take it day by day. I actually saw him a few days ago, and I congratulated him for the great start. And he told me that he's been playing way better than he expected, and I just said it's better that way than the other way, I
guess. Well, you look at this team compared to last season. Is in your mind is it a coaching change that makes that much difference?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that happen. Obviously, when you change coaches, every coach is different. Their systems are different, and it brings you that little wake up call or extra energy, whatever you want to call it. But looks for now that these guys, they started off hot. Nobody expected that, and they just kind of kept running with it. I know, that the leadership in that room is very, very strong, and looks like they've just added to those pieces, and everything seems to be clicking. So now the challenge is how can they keep their head straight and keep that going. But it's fun to watch.
Tuukka, we had Raycroft on last week, and we talked about the closest thing to being a goaltender is playing quarterback because of the pressure. And Mac Jones is probably dealing with some stuff off the field as well, hearing the noise. Talk about what the most difficult thing is, playing in a place like, Boston with the passion that the fans have, and playing a position where you get criticized, for every little thing, and how difficult is it to be able to not let that affect your performance? And what did you do when you were in those situations?
Well, it comes, like I always say, it comes with the territory. But the younger you are, the more you let it get to you. And I noticed for myself, the older you grew and the more experience you get, easier it gets to kind of block all that out, because people are just talking to talk. They don't necessarily mean it, especially the media. They have to fill out their hours somehow, and they just keep talking about whatever they want. So you realize that, and you just kind of like, hey, look, it doesn't do me any good to listen or read about this stuff. You just keep doing your job and do it as best you can, and good things will happen. So I think for a young guy, first, second-year guy in the league, it might be a little bit difficult. But once you grow out of that and you realize you just focus on your job, nothing else really matters, easier it gets. And that's what I learned throughout my career.
It's been kind of a comeback season for Jake DeBrusk, and the only big difference that we can see is the change in coach. There were obviously reports last season that they weren't seeing eye to eye. Does that actually change a player completely if they aren't seeing eye to eye with a coach, and maybe a change in coach is what they need to spark a comeback like the one we've seen with Jake?
I'm sure it plays a role. Not everybody gets along, but like Jake's always been a highly touted prospect. He's always had the skill. And I think he's matured a lot as a person, as a player, and it shows. I think he's bringing that battle level every night. At least what I've been watching, he's battling for pucks and he's back checking and skating, and it shows. He creates him more opportunities, and I know that we always talk to him and guys talk to him that you need to battle more, and hunt for pucks, and he's doing that now, and really paid off. So good for him.
You think this is it for Patrice Bergeron this season?
I don't know. The way he's playing, he might play another few more years. We'll never know.
Tuuk, when you look at this team offensively, it seems like they're able to get scoring from every single line. How much pressure does that take off a goaltender? If you got a guy like Linus or even Swayman knowing that their guys are going to be able to score multiple goals, even if they let up one or two here, they're never out of it. What's that like as a goaltender to know that you have that type of offense in front of you?
It's a great feeling. Obviously, as a goalie, you always start at zero and you want to keep it as close to zero as possible. But not every game's going to be like that. I think in Boston over the years, we've used to winning games 2-1, 3-2, and not 6-5, 5-4 games. But the way the game's evolved too, there's going to be more opportunities to score. There's going to be more goals. So I think they have found that balance of playing tight defense, but knowing also that not every game is going to be a tight, low scoring game, and they have the weapons and the experience to say, listen, we're down 2-0, 3-0, doesn't matter. We're just going to keep playing our game and see where it takes us. And I think they've had multiple comebacks from multiple goal deficit this year, which is a sign of a good team. And you know that once you built that into your DNA, it's going to carry on into the spring for sure.
Tuukka, you appear incredibly well adjusted, which I'm very jealous of. You've retired. You're happy with your life. You're active in the community. You like the area. Are there ever any moments that you wish you could go back on the ice and play? Do you still get that itch at all to, in the back of your mind, I could still go out there. It'd be a blast to play goal for this team.
No, I don't. It's just, I was talking to, it might be different if I, didn't play as many games as I did. And I had to, retire with an injury after 100, 200 games. But now the way I'm feeling, the way my hip feels, knowing that there's physically no chance that I could play at any level in goal. So that kind of gives me the peace of mind that, I don't miss it at all. It's fun to watch. It's fun to be around the team, see the guys every once in a while, but I don't miss it at all. No.
Curtis, you got me thinking. We got a guy here on the show who needs to redeem himself athletically, who talks an awful lot about his skills on the ice.
Oh, God.
Tuukka, would it be Wiggy?
Yeah.
Do you think you could score on Tuukka?
I am pretty. I am pretty gifted as a goal scorer, but that's my men's barely.
Right, let's say
that's going against Fuji, who's 55.
Well, Greg scored at Courtney's wedding. That would be bigger of a bigger upset.
We don't always have to go back to that.
Yes, I did.
I think it'd be pretty tough to
Top
score
shelf,
on Tuukka.
by the way.
Okay.
I'm sorry, New England.
But I mean, I don't know. I
think it'd be pretty tough.
How many balls did you and Foyer do from the jugs?
I think it was 15
too
or something
many.
like that. Yeah, it was too many.
Tuukka, just give me a maybe on this. Maybe one morning, we'll grab a rink or something. We'll do the show. We'll see if. I would
love to do it.
Do you think Wiggy could score on you?
Yeah, let's give you a big maybe. Where's he shooting from? How far out is he?
That's a great point.
Well, it'd be wouldn't it be like a shootout?
Yeah, we'll do
shootout style, old school Midi 101 hockey style.
Yeah.
Breakaways.
Oh.
It would be hockey.
If I have to go on my knees, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back up.
Don't worry about it. My puck doesn't get that high up there, so I'll do my famous Dean Youngblood. I'll kick the puck.
Tuukka, just wear earplugs. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I'll wear my mitts and earplugs.
I saw you were there over the weekend. How's the ice look?
When I was there, the ice wasn't ready yet.
Oh, okay.
But the stadium looked great. I was there, a week ago. It looks great. I mean, the fans are going to have a great time. Can't wait to go there.
Good. All
And
right.
congratulations on the wedding. Greg was a little bit upset that his invite to Lake
yeah.
Como got lost in
Yeah,
the
what
mail.
happened with that?
Oh, it didn't make it. Well, we mailed
Shoot.
you one. It must have gotten lost in the mail or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the phone call he was calling, but
Well, yeah.
no answer.
It did look
Keep
like
waiting,
a good
keep
time.
waiting, Craig.
It was a destination
Yeah, it
wedding.
looked nice.
I do well at the destination weddings.
Oh, God.
All right, Tuukka, you're the best. Thanks for taking the time this morning, and we'll look forward to seeing you over there later on today.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, that is Tuukka Rask on Winter Classic Day here in Boston.